Jeff Hardy. The wrestler most fans and kids loved growing up. The sole person responsible for making all of us want to jump off our furniture. From his legendary swanton bomb to the iconic face paint, Jeff gave fans plenty of reasons to love him, and plenty of reasons to hate. But this video isn't about that. This video is about the time Jeff Hardy finally climbed the mountain and won the biggest prize in professional wrestling, the WWE title. Jeff Hardy, after years of winning gold and teaming with his older brother Matt, looked to jumpstart a singles career. After a pretty short and underwhelming stint in TNA, Jeff would find himself back in the WWE, doing his dance and ready to win gold, which he looked to do so almost immediately, as his second match back was literally a number one contender match against Randy Orton. Jeff would win, but unfortunately lose his IC title match against Johnny Nitro the next week. Thankfully though, whoever was in charge of Raw at the time hated Nitro, because a month later they ran it back and Jeff won, which was a crazy good sign for him, as he was just in the rival company not even 3 months prior. After a genuinely insane and quite underrated trilogy that saw a ladder match and a no DQ match, Jeff and Nitro would trade the titles back and forth. Like, literally. Jeff lost it 1 week to Nitro, then won it back the next. He would then enter another fire rivalry with none other than Umaga. RIP to bro. And after yet another series of matches, they gave us moments like this. Jeff would lose the IC title once again. This time, he was on to bigger and better things. The year was 2008. Obama was just elected president, SVR 09 had just came out, and our boy Jeff Hardy was finally getting the recognition he deserved. Life was truly good. Before getting drafted to SmackDown, Jeff would start the year off competing in the Elimination Chamber, beating Shawn Michaels clean in a banger match, and sadly losing to Randy at the Rumble. But thankfully, Jeff's days of losing were about to be over. On a pretty random episode of SmackDown, Jeff would win a number one contenders match against MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Brian Kendrick, which finally made it official. Triple H vs Edge vs Jeff Hardy, which was nothing short of amazing. We saw Jeff pull out his insanely unique offense alongside the game and Edge's technical wrestling mixed with brawling. It was fire. And it ultimately ended with Jeff hitting the swanton bomb on both Triple H and Edge, winning his first WWE title ever. The next night on SmackDown, Jeff would probably have the best title celebration of all time. You probably think I'm exaggerating, but no, for real. I'm talking insane amounts of pyro and confetti. I mean, just look at this, bro. I legit feel like a kid talking about and watching this all over again. After thanking the fans and saying some heartwarming words, Jeff would get interrupted by none other than the rated R superstar. He would say some pretty messed up things, which seamlessly set up Jeff's first title defense at the Royal Rumble. And let me just say, the build up to this match was pretty insane. You had Jeff getting run off the road, his real life house fire being used against him, and to make things worse, bro got caught in his own pyro, which had little me and Jeff Hardy fans all around the world absolutely terrified. And deep down, I still kinda think this was real. After a pretty decent match at the Rumble, Jeff would shockingly be betrayed by his older brother Matt, which caused him to lose his first and only WWE title. The two brothers would then have 2 matches on pay-per-view, one even being at WrestleMania. But as far as winning the WWE title back, Jeff was pretty axed out. But not for that long, as the two brands, Raw and SmackDown, would trade titles, which meant Jeff had another opportunity at gold. But this time, it was against the straight edge superstar, the best in the world, CM Punk. In this rivalry, Punk made it his mission to get inside Jeff's head. He would bring up Jeff's drug issues and his pre-troubled past. But that didn't stop Jeff, as at Night of Champions, Jeff would once again climb WWE's mountaintop and become World Heavyweight Champion. Sadly though, Jeff would lose it back to Punk the next month in an instant classic TLC match, which set up the third and final match. And this wasn't some regular third match. This was a steel cage, where if Jeff lost, he had to leave the WWE, which he sadly did. And just like that, Jeff and the things that made fans fall in love with him were gone.